So, in this week's Creative Confidence Catch Up, today I'm going to be talking to Darren. So, Darren, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi guys. Good to see you, Amy. My name's Darren. I'm an author. My books bridge the gap between commentary and personal development. So they talk about what's going on in the world with a personal development slant to them. My first book was Dreams to Goals, which was about discovering that potential within inside you. And 23 Rules of Life that most people don't want to hear was about those things outside yourself that try and put you off where you're going and stop you from going after what you want in life. And I'm currently writing my third book called Man, which will be released on International Men's Day. It was going to be this year, but it's going to be next year because I'm looking for a publisher that will get that out to a larger audience.
That's so cool. The reason why, one of the reasons why I wanted like chat with you anyway, was because I suppose like what you kind of do is like this idea of self discovery, and I feel like when I see a lot of your posts and what you talk about, it is that finding the confidence to be who you want to be, to get where you want to be. So has that how did you get to this point? Have you yourself struggled with confidence issues in the past?
Um, my dreams got smashed out of me at a young age by somebody that actually was kind, caring, Amy, considerate, was a nice person, and that's what I spoke about in my first book. I said at school at 12 years old that I wanted to write a book, and a
Oh.
very lovely teacher said that's more of a hobby. You need to do something a little bit more realistic. If you were to say at school that you want to be a solicitor, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a plumber, you want to be a police officer, nobody says anything. It's all encouraged. But if you want to be a writer, you want to be an artist, you want to be a musician, it's like, oh no, you can't do that. Not many people get through. I've just been on Friday to watch Arctic Monkeys, who are doing a
Yeah.
huge arena tour. If anybody is doing what you want to do, then you could do it too. And these dreams, sadly, get drilled out of you a lot of the time by the people that you love or the people that care about you. So, I bounced around from pillar to post for many years after that, Amy, thinking that I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life,
Mhm.
where I always knew, but it was kind of like drilled out of me. So it was about tapping back into that as time
Mm.
went on, which,
So so
wasn't an
in
easy
terms
journey.
oh, sorry. So in terms of
No.
like mainstream education, do you find that sometimes creativity can often be stifled as a result of that? Like they try to make you kind of fit in a box in a way or be a certain way, but then as a result, it ends up confusing where people actually want to go in life.
No doubt about it.
Mm.
No doubt about it. I don't think creativity is encouraged at all. If you are encouraged in the arts in some way, it's maybe to be an art teacher, to be a
Mm.
music teacher, to be a lecturer at university, not to go on and be an artist or be a musician or be a writer. These people can not only do what they absolutely love doing and get it out to the masses, but they can also make a hell of a lot of money doing what they love doing. You've got the potential to be an artist who can sell your paintings and everything for a lot of money. You're going to earn a lot more money if you work up to a level that you want to be than you are as a lecturer or as a teacher. And I think because people are coming from their own experiences when they're giving you this advice, that they've maybe given up on their own dreams, or they've not even had a dream that's that big, then they will talk you out of it when you're younger, because it's not their dream, Amy. It's not come to them, it's come to you. That's the bottom line. That's the thing to remember. It's come to you, it's not anybody else's. So if you tell it to other people, they aren't going to understand this vision that you've got in your head and this thing that you
Yeah.
can see, because it's not in their heads. So, you know, when you were aware of that, I think you navigate a little bit differently.
Yeah, definitely. So in terms of like people then that have actually supported you through your journey of where it is that you want to be, can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those people who have done that?
Yeah, I've got a group of people around me now that are supportive in every way, shape, and form, of each other. All of them are on a journey somewhere, to whether it be to build a business, whether they're all going after the dreams in some way, shape, or form. And I speak about that a lot. That those people around you, the right people, are absolutely essential. They don't need to be going on exactly the same path.
Mm.
They don't need to want to be a writer or an artist or a musician or to run a business. but they need to be chasing after something themselves. That there's that common ground there where you
Yeah.
understand each other. And this sounds ruthless, but anybody that's not on that path now, they're gone from my life. I've got no time for anybody. That nobody's going to be talking me out of going after what I want. Those people are gone. They've you got to be ruthless with them. You don't want anybody, any little voice of negativity saying, "Oh, you can't do that." Well, no, you can't do that, and you got to cut those people off.
Mm.
Sounds ruthless, but it works.
But it is, I suppose, that idea of like when we have this like negative, if we get into a negative spiral of thinking, it's like we can't do this. The idea of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, having those voices who might encourage that, then that's not great, is it? When really what you do want are those other people who do support what you're doing. You might not be doing exactly what you want to do, but having those people being those cheerleaders at the back going, yeah, Aim, you can do this, or yeah, Darren, you can do this, and whatever. Having those is gonna get you more fired up to be motivated to carry on where you want to be rather than holding you back.
100%, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like you say, Amy, you've got those cheerleaders,
Mm.
and sometimes it's not even that. It's just the people that are quietly in the scenes, but just believe in you. They
Mm.
believe in you enough that they don't need to be. I use my brother as an example. My brother's on a business journey. His partner, and he said this himself. He said she's not that cheerleader on the sidelines, but she just trusts in me
Yeah.
that I know where we're going and I've got it. And she goes there. I'm a massive fan of Conor McGregor, whose partner has been with him since he had nothing. And he said she was just there believing this dream that was in my head. He said, and all of our external environment didn't reflect this dream whatsoever. He says we had nothing, the bills were coming in, but she believed in that dream and she was there, and they kept on moving forward. And look where he is now, and
Mm.
and all those people that were in his team when he was in the gym, when he had nothing, are still that team around him
Mm.
now. So that's beautiful to me, having those people there from day one that are just that just believe in you and just support you.
And I suppose, like, when we talk about like roadblocks and struggles and things like that, I always seem to think that like the more you have these roadblocks ping up or like a struggle or whatever, the more it can make you more resilient by having that growth mindset. It's like, well, I've been through this, and if I've been through that, so obviously you talk about Connor and the stuff that he went through. So like, it, because he's been through so much already, all those other things, it's just like, yeah, I get resilient to that and that and that. And then it's building that growth mindset to say you can do it, whatever comes in your way, almost.
Yeah, no matter what challenges you face, I think if you've got the vision, and the vision is clear enough of where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to help, and you aren't going to stop until you get there, then the roadblocks are exactly that, really. Well, the roadblocks are more of a speed hump, because you're gonna go over it, you're gonna get over it, because this vision, this is important, this is where I'm going. Nothing is going to stop me. Then literally nothing will stop you.
Definitely. And having that, I suppose, a vision or a purpose of where you want to go, that's so important, isn't it? Like having that
Essential.
ultimate thing.
Yeah, I think that's essential, knowing what it is you want to give to the world, what it is that you want to create, what do you want to get out there to the masses, how do you want to help people, and incorporating all that into your vision, and then setting goals around that vision. This is the vision, this is how I see things, and now I'll set the goals that will take me there. The way I look at it is, you look at where you want to be in 10 years, you backtrack to now. What do we need to do within the next 5 years? What do we need to do within the next year? What do we need to do within the next month? Down to what do we need to do today that's taking me closer towards that vision, and then work at it on a day-to-day basis. Have I done today enough that's going to get me there tomorrow? And so on and so forth. And you start seeing then progress a lot quicker than you think you would.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love the I love the quote, Amy. I can't remember who said it, but people overestimate what they can do in 12 months, but they underestimate what they can do in 5 years.
Oh yeah. Definitely, definitely. Which is why I think, like, so as we come towards this idea of like creativity, creative projects in this bit, I'm thinking like, I think it's really important maybe that you could talk about, do you know your the cards that you've got?
Oh, right.
That you
Yeah.
get
Okay.
just yeah, like in terms of that, because I always find prompts like really, really helpful in terms of navigating where we are going and things. And I feel when you were just
Gotcha.
talking about getting to where you want to be, something like that can be really helpful, can't it? So do you want kind of talk a bit more about that project? Because I think people find
Yeah.
it helpful.
I won't turn it over because so you turn it over each week. So these cards, 52 weeks of development, 52 WOD. You've got a card for every single week of the next 52
Mhm.
weeks. Doesn't need to be started on January the 1st. It's kind of come off the back of the amount of times people set a New Year's resolution. I think it's February the
Oh,
20th. 85% of those New Year's resolutions have completely fallen
oh yeah,
apart.
that.
The gym membership's been given up. The chocolate's back in the cupboard. Everything that people have planned to do, they've fallen off the wagon. And I think they've mainly fallen off that wagon. My belief is because one, they set up things that they don't want to do.
Mhm.
So whether it's I'm going to join the gym, they absolutely hate the thought of going to the gym, but they love yoga or they love going for a walk. So they're not setting realistic things around what they want to do. They love chocolate, they love wine, so they chuck all that out rather than I'll just drink the wine on the Friday night. I'll treat myself to some chocolate on the Saturday. So they set up all these things, so they're setting up to fail. Then, when they do fail, it becomes that self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, I knew I wouldn't do that because you'd already got that in the head that I know I'm not going to do that. Well, yeah, you're not going to do it because you're already doing something that you hate the thought of even doing. So, 52 weeks of development is one card a week for the next 52 weeks. So, for example, this week, I've had to get up 1 hour earlier than I would usually get up.
Okay.
And what
Hmm.
I've got done in that hour has been amazing. So, I complete that from Monday to Sunday. Sunday night, turn the card over, put it to the back, and then I'll go off whatever the next one is. I don't know what I shuffled them when I first had them, and then I don't know what the next card is. So you've got something coming out that you're unsure about. You don't know what it's going to be. That's why it's going. There's no point in putting them all in
No.
place so that you know exactly what you're doing each week.
Mm.
Like there might be there's abstain from alcohol for a week, get up an hour earlier, go for an evening walk, listen to your favorite music for 30 minutes. There's something in some way, shape, or form that's making your life better. So that
Mm.
at the end of the 52 weeks, you can look back and think, wow, look at what I've done in that time.
Mm.
Of course, the only person holding you accountable to that is you. So you've
Yeah.
got to be honest with yourself.
That's so cool, and it's I suppose it aligns with that idea of like people say about 28 to 30 days forms a habit sort of thing, and
Yeah,
with that, I feel that it's a great way to kind of get like what you want happen started. So like it can
100%.
literally be that one little thing, taking action on that to help form those better habits.
Yeah, and I think what will happen, Amy, is some people, some of those weeks, like one of them is to cook a nice meal for
Mm.
you and your partner or you and your friend. I hate cooking. No, I'll be honest. My partner, she loves it, but I hate it. So I'm probably not going to stick with that. But the little things, what they'll find out of those 52 weeks is there'll be a couple of things that will really resonate. You know what? That hour earlier, I got up each day. I got so much done. I'm going to carry
Yeah.
that on. There's
Mhm.
journaling every morning when you wake up. That is a great habit to get into. So some of those things, what they really enjoy doing, are going to stick, and they're going to carry those on, and the others will cast aside, and it can be used year after year, so they could use it the following year, and then it might be a few different habits that stick. So slowly but surely you're ingraining like some new habits that you enjoy doing,
Yeah.
rather than come January the 1st, right, this is what I'm going to do, and then within 3-4 weeks completely fallen off the wagon, feel bad about yourself. You haven't kept that promise that you made to yourself, which you've made to yourself the previous year and the previous
Mhm.
year before that, which all knocks your confidence and self-esteem down when you're
Yeah.
not keeping those promises.
Yeah, yeah. But when you take that one step and stick to it, it's then you're going to build that confidence to go, I did accomplish this. So now I can do this and then this and this. And it just kind of starts like escalating, doesn't it? Big style.
Yeah, and you keep
Mm.
stacking those things on top of each other. I found that I did a program 75 odd, and I was going for a walk, and
Hmm.
it was 2 sessions a day. You had to drink a gallon of water. And what happened with that is some of these really good habits. There was reading 10 pages of a personal development book as well, which I stuck with, kept on reading that personal development book, still kept on exercising, didn't drink a gallon of water, but was drinking a lot more water than I was drinking before. So you just get it that then you start feeling a little bit better off those ones you're doing. And then you start stacking more habits on top. I've been doing them cold plunges now for 14
Oh,
days consistently. Brilliant. So it's a case of just keep stacking those positive things on top of each other, be making yourself more effective in your mind and in your body. I think is takes your career in a lot quicker towards where you want to be.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's been really great to talk to you. But
You
the
too.
last thing I want to ask you as part of this podcast, any words of wisdom or encouragement that you could give anybody for this episode?
Yeah, my favourite quote, Amy, is "As you step out along the way appears." It's by Rumi,
I've
and
heard of that one.
what a lot of people think is when they're going after the dreams or when they're going after something that they want in life, they think everything's got to be perfect. The bank balance needs to be clear. The kids need to be at a certain age. Everything just needs to be just at the right time. Where when you step out on the way, as Rumi says, the way literally does start becoming clear. You start meeting the right people that are more aligned with where you're going. The right books kind of come to you. I believe a lot that when you're on a path, the universe will provide certain things at certain times. And when you're sitting there waiting, I was waiting for this burst of inspiration, Amy, to write my first book. It never came.
Yeah.
I was expecting like a lightning bolt of inspiration to just come, and it didn't.
No.
But as I started writing, that inspiration was coming left, right, and centre. And my tattooist, when I went to see him the last time, he really wants to be a painter. He got this vision of the 80s guy in an apartment in New York.
Hmm.
The ghetto blaster was blasting out like that music, and he was just painting, and he loved that vision. And I said, "Well, what are you painting now?" He says, "I'm not. I'm waiting for that inspiration." I said, "I'll tell you now, that inspiration won't come.
No.
That inspiration will come as soon as you start painting something, just anything. It'll come to you tenfold. But until you step out on the way, the way won't appear." So I think that's amazing advice for anybody. If you're wanting to do something, just start, and everything else will sort of come to you at exactly the
Mm.
right time.
No, it is. It's having that. It's having that courage, isn't it, to take that first step, and then once you've done that, everything else will come after. But yeah, it takes time, doesn't it?
Starts falling into place. The right people that maybe aren't even in your life at the
Yeah.
moment, start coming into your life, which is amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, it's been really great to have you on,
You
Darren.
too.
Thank you so much for the chat.
You too, Amy. Appreciate it. Take care.